We will be performing eccentric neural grooving for hip external rotation from the 90-90 base position. So the eccentric neural grooving is really one of the most complex things that we can do with our joints, because now we are adding the eccentric component to our external rotation. So everything we've done up to this point was a lot of isometrics or concentric lifting. The eccentric, which just by definition is the muscle lengthening under load or under tension, was really kind of how we start to add more complexity, more strength, and really start to lay down more tissue to whatever the joint that we are training. So for hip external rotation, it will look a lot like a kinetic stretch, where I will be in this position here, and then I will be lowering down. But instead of the kinetic stretch, where I'm using regressive tissue to pull me deeper, progressive tissue to press me out, the eccentric, I will now be using my progressive tissue to drive down. So I'm thinking driving down from ankle, driving down from shin, driving down from knee, really getting all the tissue on the kind of outer side, glute, hip external rotators to drive down into the floor. So I'm creating tension throughout the outside of my leg and my hip. And then what I will do there is slowly lower down while I maintain that contraction. So the muscle is firing, I'm creating an isometric contraction into the floor, but now I create the eccentric contraction by now pulling myself deeper into that stretch, very slow, while I continue to crush down into the floor. I will go as low as I can, maintaining that contraction. I want to go to where I feel like I'm starting to now flex at my spine. So I want to keep a nice tall chest, just like I would for kinetic stretching, just like I would for pails and rails, where everything we do in this 90-90 base position. Tall chest, string pull my belly button forward and up, string from my tailbone pulling me back and up. So I'm getting the best stretch I possibly can. I'll then drive down, so I'm creating that pails contraction, crushing down, and then I slowly lower, think about a 5-second count, 5, 4, maintain that full contraction into the ground, 2, 1, reach the bottom here. I will just relax my tension, use my hands to press myself back up. So like the kinetic stretching, where we're going both directions, the eccentric neural grooving, we're just lowering down the eccentric component. I'll then relax at the basement, and then I'll press myself back out of it. So let's just set that up again. Think nice tall chest, arch the back, start to drive down knee, shin, foot, everything into the floor, all my external rotators driving down, so I'm getting that contraction, and then I will just lower myself deeper into that stretch while I maintain that contraction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just relax, press out, back to my start position, and then just reset. It's really important for the eccentric neural grooving to maintain that maximum contraction into the floor the whole time. So if we start here, 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 with about anywhere between a 5 to a 10 out of 10 contraction, I want to maintain that level as I pull myself, or as I lower deeper into that stretch. Find the bottom, relax, press up with those hands. The amount of reps that you do, along with the amount of speed that each rep will take, will be dependent on your abilities and the program that you're following. But just make sure you maintain that contraction, create that isometric, and then lower yourself into that stretch. Stretch the muscle that you're contracting so you can really get the most out of your eccentric neural grooving for hip external rotation from the 90-90 base position.